Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be recapping the month of August. I'm going to be sharing with you guys how much money we actually ended up bringing in or paying ourselves. We're going to talk about where our money went, all of that fun stuff. So if you're interested in learning about what we did with our money for the month of August, then please keep watching. Okay, so starting out with to-dos, we did purchase our god kids or my god kids birthday gifts, and basically I gave them each $25. If you're wondering how I could have 3 godchildren with birthdays in August, it is because 2 of them have birthdays that are 6 days apart, and one of them had a birthday that was in July, and I never got around to getting her a gift, so I just gave them their gifts all together whenever the other 2 had their birthday bash. Next up, we purchased my mother-in-law her birthday gift, which was a washer, a new washing machine. We did pay for the deposit for our laundry room renovation. However, there is, like, we have to pay the remaining balance, but we wouldn't pay that until after the install, and the install will not take place for sure until the month of September. I know this because at the filming of this video, it is August the 31st. Also, I talked to the mill worker, the guy who's doing it, earlier today, and he is looking at an install date sometime in September. So we have not paid the rest of it just yet. I did pay off my camera repair. I had to get one of my well, it's really a mirrorless camera, but most people don't know that, so I just call it a DSLR camera. But I did have to get that repaired, and that was in the month of July, and I put it on my credit card because we get cash back with the credit card. So anywho, I did pay off the camera and I paid off the cleaning supplies. We don't have any further lingering credit card debt outside of my Apple computer, which that was put on the credit card. Obviously, we got like $100 cash back with that purchase, and we'll pay that off either, considering today's the end of August, sometime between now and the 9th, which is when the credit card is due. I did get my hair, feet, nails, and eyebrows done in the month of August, and of course I want to repeat that in the month of September. So all of the to-dos were good to go. Regarding goals, I did not finish like what I needed to regarding my new business venture. We did stay below our allowance, which we'll talk about. We do have lingering credit card debt, but technically not. Like, it'll only be lingering for a few days whenever we pay it off. I did explore some new accounts. I'm not certain like what we're gonna do. By a new account, I meant like another checking account, because technically we have a lot of them, but like one checking and savings is for the business. One checking is for our regular checking account, and then we have another checking account that we kind of use as a savings account, but it's not a joint account, so it doesn't really do us any good to use that account because we don't have 2 debit cards attached to it, so it's not going to do me any good. So I think I kind of like fine-tuned what I wanted to do, or what I want to do though, so I don't think we're going to need another account, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We did secure a financial somebody. That somebody is going to be a financial advisor. We didn't what I wanted to do was like explore and figure out who is going to help meet our needs, and that's definitely going to be an advisor. I have a video coming soon regarding what our plans are going to be for completely delving and diving into the world of investing, so stay tuned for that. Might be coming this week, I'm not really sure, but I'll explain more about our meeting in that video. I'm explaining more about our meeting with him, and like what we talked about and all that good stuff. The next to do is to pay off my husband's student loans. At the filming of this video, we do have enough to pay off his student loans, but like I've mentioned to you guys before, we're not in a super huge rush because we weren't really in one. We were kind of in one. We were racing to do it before my husband's birthday at like the beginning of the year, which his birthday is this week, and then we were gonna do it by the end of September because that's when the forbearance is going to be lifted, if you will, regarding his student loans, but the forbearance has been extended due to the virus. So no interest is accruing during this time and no payments are due. But no interest is accruing, so all is well there. So I don't know when we'll make the payment. I know a lot of people are like anxious for us to make the payment. I don't think we are ever anxious to pay off debt, I'll be honest with y'all. Like, it's something that we feel strongly about doing, but we're never like super excited about it. Plus, we're kind of in a pandemic. Things are still a little rocky and shaky. I think that we would be fine, of course, if we did make the payment, but why make a payment when it's not due? I don't know, that's just how I feel about it. So the student loans will be paid off soon. I just can't really give you guys an exact date. For the month of August, of course, we paid ourselves from the business, and then my husband received 4 paydays, and then I received 2 paydays, of course. For our major money goal, we wanted to have completely taken care of the laundry room, but there's really nothing that we could do. We're on somebody else's time, so I'm not gonna make the final payment until that's due, of course, and until I can see the actual, unit that he has custom built and all of that. So therefore, we do still have a small payment to make, but he did tell us originally that he was looking at an end of August install date, but that's obviously not the case, and things are backed up with COVID and all of that. So, we won't be able to get around to paying off the laundry room or completely paying for the laundry room until the month of September. For our income, we originally budgeted $6,000. That is what we were going to pay ourselves. Because we did earn more money than what we intended, we paid ourselves a little more, and we'll walk through where we spent all of the money. So we spent, not technically per this budget, per our actual income, we were paid $6,684.02, but we did spend way more than that, and I'll share with you guys what happened there and what expenses were, kind of like random and weren't budgeted for, and where we spent that money. So first up, we have our mortgage. That was as budgeted at $1,471.46. We also had our security come in at $51.47. That was as budgeted. Electricity, $236.99. That was as budgeted. Phone, $86.50. That was as budgeted. Cable/internet, $129.34. That was as budgeted. Water/sewer, $35.54 as budgeted. For our reckless AF funds, those were the coins that we allotted ourselves to just spend recklessly. I can't really speak for my husband, but what I can say is that I actually bought a water bottle, which was like $15, and I bought some perfume, my first bottle of perfume, which was $10. So all in all, I spent $25 of the reckless AF funds, and my husband spent the rest, which is fine because we are under budget. We originally budgeted $250 when realistically we should have budgeted. So we were doing $100 each, but my husband was kind of going over some months, or then there was some months where I was going over. So I'm like, why don't we just combine them and even raise it a little wee bit, since we are about to hit another milestone, which is paying off my husband's student loans, which will leave us with one debt. We still stayed under the $200, so I don't know. I have it at $200 for September because that's our birthday month, and we're gonna be spending money in other ways, kind of recklessly. So I don't know, moving forward, we may still do $200 or we may do $250. I'm not sure, but we are under budget in that category. Next, we have donations/gifts. So we originally budgeted half of that, but we spent double, so we spent $329.92. And I will tell you that a lot of that went to my godchildren, or like $75 of it. Then a few other dollars went here and there. I think some maybe went to my coworker who is expecting. And then literally today I sent $100 or a $100 gift card to a friend, just so, because I felt the need to do so. And we've done a little other miscellaneous giving. Of course, this doesn't include my mother-in-law's washer or anything like that, but this was supposed to be for our small miscellaneous giving, money that doesn't need to come from savings. Oftentimes we go over the small amount. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Every month we give, honestly, a lot of money. But we try to just capture that small miscellaneous giving as a part of the budget. I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense, but that's what we do. Next up, we have toiletries/beauty. So I was trying to like combine the two because they overlap a whole lot, but also toiletries and food, like in groceries, overlap a lot too because of how, like when we order food from Walmart or whatever. So either way, we're over budget at $302.21. Our original budget was $200, and that is because I did obviously spend a lot on beauty, and I really took us like, I think, let me see. Yes, I think, well, a part of that was my hair and nails and feet and all of that was more than what I thought that it would be. And then I just recently went back literally like 2 days ago to get a fill in. So I thought that I was gonna be good until September, which I mean, technically I could have waited until September, but I wanted to get it out the way. So I take accountability for spending like $200 of that. Next up, we have travel. We budgeted $150. That was for the trip home to see my friend's new place and to go to my godchildren's little birthday bash situation. However, one of my friends, I have a really close male friend whose birthday is the day after my husband's, and he actually invited us kind of last minute, if you ask me, to a birthday brunch. I mean, it was a success, it was fine, it was fun, all that good stuff. However, it was a little last minute, and it's not in this, of course, it's not in the city that we're in. So we did end up getting a hotel, and we had a few little expenses that came along with that. So for which case we are over budget for travel. Next up, we have house. We budgeted $2,000. That was gonna be for the cleaning supplies, that lingering Lowe's charge that I needed to pay off, as well as the renovation for the laundry room. And we did pay for those things, but I did spend a little money here or there on like random home supplies. Next up, we have miscellaneous. We had budgeted 100 and we're over at 185.59. Those are just like expenses that could not be captured any other way, and they just kind of fell into the miscellaneous category. All things that kind of like needed to take place. I will say that for our miscellaneous category, but they just, those expenses or transactions just don't really comfortably fit in any other category. Plus, you always want to set aside a little money in your budget each month, I think, for those small little miscellaneous purchases or mishaps. Next up, we have gas. We technically are over budget, but I'm not considering it because we budgeted 120 and we spent 121.71. That is for gas for our cars. Of course, we didn't spend anything on car insurance because we have our premium paid up until December, so we don't pay for car insurance again until the month of December. Health insurance for my husband was $218.61. I have health insurance through my job at work, which is honestly kind of pointless, and we'll get to that in a minute. So it would be really, really expensive to have my husband on there, so we just pay for his health insurance separately, and it's $218.61 every month. Next, we have our life insurances. That's for the both of us. They are $42.19. For food/dates, we originally budgeted $683.44, and as you can see, we're over at $905.97. We didn't pay anything on my student loans or my husband's student loans, but let's talk about all the random expenses that popped up that prevented us from keeping the money in our savings account. First off, my husband got a speeding ticket, but that is on here to like jog my memory, but it's not due until September, so it'll be paid in the month of September unless he pays it like later tonight, which I doubt. Next up, we have medical. So I have a dental bill. I had a dental bill, and I had like an emergency room visit bill situation. They were together $929. The fun part is I heard from my dentist today. Apparently I'm in a waiting period. I think we must have switched dental and providers at the beginning of the year, because apparently my insurance is saying that I'm in a waiting period and they're not going to cover my crown. So if I pay out of pocket, it's $900 and some. I don't really know, like I don't feel any pain. I didn't even know had anything wrong until I went for my regular checkup or cleaning the other day. So I'm probably just gonna thug it out until I'm out of the waiting period. But that's the whole purpose of saving money. Of course I can pay for it, but if I can just wait a couple months and wait until I'm out of the waiting period, then I'm probably gonna do that unless it's starting to give me any kind of problems. But that's the beauty or the reason why you do want to, you know, be managing your money and trying to save what you can, because I feel like for me, it's always something. Next up, we have the washer. My husband kind of randomly decided that that's what he wanted to get his mom for her birthday. But I will say that I'm not really sure. I think it's $472.23, but I think it's actually like that final amount is $485. So what happened, I think, they ran our car for $457.23 before, like that's how much the actual washer was. But we didn't have to pay for like the hookups and them taking and removing her other like her other washer and stuff until after. So I see a charge on our account that's like $30 some. So I think that's what's going on here. So the washer was actually more like closer to $500, but I'm waiting for that to like go through before I change it, because it was a weird situation. They tried to deliver it, they couldn't, something about a valve. So then I called the people and they said they would like reverse that $30 some charge, and then I think it's gonna go back on there. So I'm just gonna wait for that. My Apple computer, of course, was $1,834.92. Even though we use our credit card, I treat that as a debit card purchase. So it won't be paid technically until September, but it was money that was spent in the month of August. Of course, that's going to be a business expense, so it's not really like that big of a deal. Like, it doesn't impact our personal budget that much, but it was, you know, a hefty expense that took place in the month of August. Next up, we have car. My husband had to get his car repaired on 2 occasions, and that's just, it is what it is. He had to get brakes repaired because they were down to the gristle, and then he had some other stuff that he had, oh, his air conditioner. And you know, we live in Georgia, it's 97 degrees outside, feels like 100 on most days according to the weather app. So you really can't just be riding around without any air conditioner. That's crazy. And then last but not least, we have a lawnmower. And my husband, I mean, we didn't have a lawnmower. We were borrowing my husband's mom's lawnmower, but then like he helps cut her grass, so he would have to, you know, borrow it, bring it here, cut our grass on the time schedule. I felt like it was always like trying to hurry up and do it and then taking it back over there, because sometimes other people help cut her grass, or like she pays somebody. So it was just a lot of drama with that lawnmower. It wasn't like a real smooth transaction or whatever. It was just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So we finally went ahead and bought a lawnmower for ourselves, our first lawnmower. So that was, we got it at a discounted rate. It was used at $182.52. So that is our August monthly overview, our August budget in a nutshell. Obviously, as you can see, there was a lot going on. I can't believe that we went through with the laundry room renovation, because that was, I mean, that's a lot of money, really, really expensive. But I'm happy to be doing it. Obviously, it's not in vain, because hopefully the goal is that, first of all, it's going to be a very functional space for me, but also it will, you know, increase the equity in our home. But there was just a lot going on in the month of August that was unplanned. Of course, September isn't going to look too much better, but that's all kind of like playing recklessness as opposed to August, which was kind of unplanned. But I do thoroughly enjoy when like things are in budget, like unbudgeted stuff kind of like takes place, because then I know that we won't have to deal with it for another, you know, X amount of months or years. I don't know if that makes sense. Like my husband's car and his air conditioner, you know, we won't have to be bothered with that hopefully for a while from now, or his brakes or stuff like that. So I try to appreciate when, you know, mishaps take place, because that means that if things have gone left now, then hopefully in the upcoming future, the foreseeable future, things will go right. That's just how I look at it anyway. Anyway, that is it for our August monthly budget overview. This is me recapping the month of August. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.